Hi YouTube, it's Amber Ambo and welcome back to my channel. So it's been a little while since I've really posted anything and that's because there's just been a lot of stuff going on and something that I do want to let everyone know, I got a Microsoft Surface Pro. So I can actually do good quality videos now instead of using my jank iPhone 5C, which by the way, if for some reason I do have to start posting videos from an iPhone again, I ordered the new 7 Plus, so I will have a good phone with plenty of memory to do that. And one of the issues I was having with posting videos is this is only a 16 gig phone. It has no space whatsoever. I don't know why I got that one when I got it, but that phone is 3 years old. So I'm kind of surprised it lasted as long as it is. Also, quick side note, I'm sorry about the glare in my glasses. I am gonna get a light to fix that. It's just one of those things, I don't have it right now. So sorry for that. I know it's not the greatest quality, but I'm trying. So anyway, I finally got the Surface, so I can actually record decent videos now and not have it look weird, so that's nice. But anyway, what I'm going to be talking about in this video is the pros and cons of No Man's Sky. So I haven't done a Let's Play on it on this channel, and I know in my initial, welcome video, I said that I might, and I've kind of been torn up about doing this because I love the game. I really do. And I want to do a Let's Play, but it's at the point where I haven't beat the game yet, and I'm already so far in that I don't want to, do another playthrough of it. I don't want to have to start over because I have gotten very far in it, and so I'm kind of debating about that. So if you would like me to do one just from where I already am, then I would love to do that because I'm still pretty far away from the center of the universe. So if I were to do one, there would still be a lot of gameplay and stuff. It wouldn't just be like a one episode thing because like I said, I do have a lot, but I've gotten to the point in the game where starting over would be really just a hassle and I wouldn't even want to play it if I did that. But anyway, I'm going to talk about the pros and cons of No Man's Sky, what I like about it, what I don't like about it, and then kind of give it an overall rating and whether or not you should try it if you haven't yet. So first things first, I think this game is very unique. I love it. I'm still playing through it, and I just want everyone to keep that in mind as I'm doing this. I understand a lot of people have made videos like this. A lot of people have done different Let's Plays. A lot of people have different opinions on the game. This is just my personal opinion, so let's get started. Okay, first things first. I think this game is very, very, very unique in the fact that it is all procedurally generated. The fact that there is, I think, something like quadrillion different planets and stuff, and literally I read somewhere that if you stopped on every planet you came to for 1 second and kept going, it would take, I think it said a couple billion years to go to every planet in the game. It has that many planets, so I like that. I really like exploring things. When I play Minecraft, it makes my husband so mad because I don't want to build things. I just want to explore. I want to go look around the world. I want to go through caves and go spelunking basically and do stuff like that. I don't care about sorry I'm touching my hair so much. It's really bothering me today. But I don't just like setting a home base and building things. I think that's boring. So that's what I like to do. And my husband hates me for it. So, the fact that that's all No Man's Sky is essentially is really cool. It's something that I really enjoy. I love that I can just go explore and do whatever I want and no problem. I like that, you can discover things, you can name everything whatever you want. as long as it hasn't been discovered by someone else. Which brings me to my next point of why I love it. The game is so big that you can come across planets and stuff that someone else has already discovered. I know my husband has came across one that someone else has already discovered, but they didn't really, like, they discovered the planet, and I think they might have put like one waypoint in the system, and that was it. They didn't really like do anything. You could tell they just stopped meh and kept going because the planet was really dull. So, you know, that was cool. So he still was able to do a lot of things on it himself, which it wasn't that big of a deal. So I like that even though, you know, there is a lot of people playing it and stuff, you can still do your own thing without having to worry about stuff that someone else has already discovered. That's really cool. I like how you can upgrade your exosuits and your spaceships so you can get more space and get more, what's the word? Inventory. Sorry, my brain doesn't work today. So you can get more inventory and kind of, you know, level up in a sense. So that's really cool. I really like the way the planets look, how they're all different. You know, some of them will be very Earth-like. Other ones will be completely desolate. Some planets have 2 and 3 moons. Others have none. I haven't came across any planets that have like any rings or anything on it. So I'm excited to see if that's something. I personally don't know if it is. I haven't looked into it. But I think that's really cool. And you know how some of the planets have very large bodies of water. No, they aren't oceans. There aren't oceans in the game. They're just like giant lakes. But still, I think that's really cool. And like the desolate planet that someone else had discovered that my husband got on, there was like literally almost nothing above ground on the actual ground of the planet. It wasn't radioactive or toxic. It wasn't abnormally cold or hot. It was just, sorry, I have a hair on my nose. It was just, you know, a plain ass planet. But whenever he went underneath water, there was a bunch of life there. So that was really cool. I like that you can just kind of ride around in space and do your own thing. I like how you can mine the asteroids to get some stuff that you may not get on certain planets. I know when I started my gameplay, the first planet that I went to had basically no Thamian 9, like none. And I was having a really hard time being able to play the game and even getting off my initial planet. It had very little Iridium as well. And then I got into space finally, and there was like a whole bunch of asteroids, and I started shooting at them and blowing them up and started getting a whole bunch of Thamium 9. I've also gotten Iridium, I've gotten zinc, I've gotten some rare metals. So that's really cool, and I like that they did that. So the stuff that might not be on a planet, you can still get in space, so it doesn't really halt your gameplay too much. I like the space stations. I think they're very cool. It's really neat to see the other aliens and to be able to buy things and sell things to them and trade and, you know, stuff like that. I think that's neat. And it is an easy way, if you don't feel like finding an abandoned ship and working your way up that way, then you can just, you know, go and buy one and kind of be lazy about it. I like that that's a feature. I love the ruins and stuff, because that's another thing I liked so much. Like I like in Minecraft, I like being able to find the villages or find old things and kind of discover them, so to speak. So it's really cool that with the ruins and stuff, you can do that. You can discover them and you can learn the language and talk to the alien races and stuff. That's really cool. Same as like the observatories and the different buildings on the planet. And you can find like checkpoints and find signals and stuff depending on how you go from one like waypoint or trading post or anything like that from another. So, I mean, overall, I really love the game. I think it's amazing, and I think that if people like exploring or like space or just adventure or fantasy, I think that they would really enjoy it. And I think that they definitely should play it. I mean, overall, I give this game like 4 out of 5 stars, honestly. I really do enjoy the game a lot. It's really fun for me. Initially, when the game first came out, I had a lot of fun. It was really funny when I first put the game in and started playing it. Initially, my husband was sitting right next to me because he was interested in the game too, and the song What's This from Nightmare Before Christmas, as soon as I got around and was walking on the planet, I was singing. I was like, ooh, what's this, what's this, there's stuff everywhere, and I was super excited and was being really goofy about it. But now on stuff that I don't like about the game. First things first, that I don't like about the game, which really isn't exactly the game, it's more of the developer of the game. I don't like that the developer promised so many things and like half of them aren't even in the game. I can't remember exactly all of the ones, but I know one of them was being able to like dock on bigger ships and explore like bigger ships and stuff in space while you were playing, and that's something you can't do. I know like the space battles aren't like they were supposed to be. They said that there was supposed to be a multiplayer, but they didn't explain exactly how the multiplayer was supposed to work. So the way they explained the multiplayer, and my understanding of it, was that you could, you know, meet up with all your friends in a galaxy and go caravanning around the universe and blowing crap up and exploring things and, you know, having a good old time like you could in basically any other game. Like, I was kind of thinking it would be a multiplayer like EVE Online. And yes, there is a multiplayer, but you can't play. I know there have been other like YouTubers and other gamers who have literally found the same exact planet, stood in the same exact coordinates, and did not see one another. And the developers have came out and said, no, there is not any type of multiplayer like the traditional sense of multiplayer in the game, which I don't think's right. I don't think they should have, you know, made it seem like there was. They should have explained that better, but they didn't. Another thing that I don't like about the game is, yes, it's procedurally generated, which is amazing. You know, this game is huge, but it takes up so little space on my PS4. I think that's awesome. You know, there's all the sense of adventure and stuff. Well, okay, you can go to planet X, Y, and Z and find like iridium and copper and zinc and, you know, carbon and all these things, and they'll look different. They'll look weird, things you've never seen before, okay? And then you shoot 2 galaxies over on your own planet, Hubba Bubba, and yes, things will look different. It will be completely unique almost to its own. But there's still iridium, there's still copper, there's still zinc. It's all the same materials and the same elements. They just look different. And that's not how I understood the game was supposed to be. Now I understand it kind of has to be like that a little bit for consistent gameplay and to be able to move on in the storyline. I get that. But, I mean, when you have, you know, some plutonium that looks like giant spikes, and then you have some plutonium 2 galaxy over that still is just giant spikes. How is that what was promised to us when you were announcing the game? I don't understand that. And I have noticed like plutonium, zinc, iridium, gold, emerald, and a few other elements, they look exactly the same. Sorry, there was a fly. They look exactly the same planet to planet. It doesn't matter if you start out your initial planet and the zinc look like a daisy. And I'm just saying this for example. Okay, you go and warp 7 galaxies over, the zinc is still gonna look like a freaking daisy. And then like your carbon will look, sorry, my phone went off. Your carbon will look like a tree and one planet, and then the next planet you have a flower that's just carbon. They're the same, they just look different, or they'll look the same. And to me, that is completely frustrating, because I took the understanding to the game that everything was procedurally generated. Everything looked different. No matter what, every single thing would be unique to each planet. And it's not. It's not. And so that's kind of frustrating. But again, that's just kind of like an aesthetics thing that doesn't really bother the gameplay too much. So it's okay. Now the animals I do like, but I don't like them more, because yeah, I haven't ran into two animals that look exactly the same, but they're pretty damn close. And what I mean by this is, like, you'll get something that has the body of an antelope with a giraffe head. You go on another planet 7 galaxies over, and it's a body of an antelope with a giraffe head with a little light thing sticking out of the corner of its ear or something stupid. And to me, that's frustrating. But I mean, I guess, hey, what are you gonna do? It's up to the developers to fix that if they're going to, or if that's just another one of the misunderstandings that they gave to people basically when they are announcing the game. I don't know. I mean, when I get from playing the game, it kind of seems like it was rushed. I know it was delayed. It had a significant delay. But I just don't understand why a lot of the things that they promised weren't in the finished product. Now, did Sony just rush them and basically say, hey, we don't care if this game's finished? We've already delayed it once, you're releasing it whether you like it or not? And if that did happen, why was it taking them so long to do these things when they've been working on the game for as long as they had already? That's another thing I don't understand. And lastly, the major thing I don't like about this game is the freaking Atlas Pass. It took me warping to, I think, 5 different galaxies to get this damn Atlas Pass, thinking, you know, it was going to be this amazing thing because I had read online that it helped progress the story, and all it has done is given me upgrades on my exosuit and materials. Why did it make this big deal about me getting this freaking Atlas Pass, and that's all it did? I don't understand it. I think the developers should have got their head out of their asses and tried to actually make a game that they promised the public. Again, I do like this game for the most part, and I think that, you know, you should play it. But I mean, there's things that the developers promised that aren't in the game. There's things that you thought you could do or was explained a certain way that is not how it actually works. So I mean, I guess you just got to keep all that in mind while you're doing that, while you're thinking about playing it. And also, just because of the way the gameplay works, it can get repetitive. So I guess just keep that stuff in mind if you're deciding on whether you want to play it or not. But I hope my review helped some people. Some people maybe can relate to my opinions on the game and how I felt about it, or anything like that. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe down below, and just remember to spread love and game hard. See you later.